Michelle Dennis Evans here, and welcome to Created to Write, where we turn blank pages into something very real. In this episode, I hope to encourage and spark inspiration in you, give you some practical strategies to help you move forward with your writing, whether you're just starting out or whether you're a seasoned writer or a reader who just loves to get inside the mind of an author. Welcome to today's show. I want to talk to you today about accepting feedback. I remember the first critique I had from a professional editor. It nearly broke me and I quit for a few days. And what I didn't know at the time was that not every author can work with every editor. Obviously, we don't get on with everybody in the world. And it goes the same for your writing. So I highly recommend now people trial the editor that they want to work with. I know there's a few editors out there who don't like to offer that service. I highly recommend it though, because I will now no longer work with an editor that I can't have a trial of a couple of pages with to see how they give feedback, because I need to be able to hear it in a way that I can learn from it and it doesn't just cut me up big time. The other side of it is we do need to grow a little bit thicker skin, because even if everybody around us loves our story, even if everybody gives us a lot of really good feedback, if you come to the point of getting published one day, you will get some nasty reviews. It's inevitable. I don't know of a writer who's never had somebody say something that wasn't quite nice to them. I sure have had my fair share of nasty reviews or emails or letters from people who really disagree with the way I write things. And that's just their point of view. So it is really important that when you're receiving feedback, you take it on board as something that you can learn from. You don't have to take everything that the person says and change everything. Sometimes it's just to hear another person's point of view. And if it doesn't sit right with you, let it go and take your writing to another person for some feedback. Because most people read it through a reader's eyes or an editor's eyes. You've written it through your own perspective. And when you allow that feedback to come in, it just sharpens your work so that it can land really well with the reader. And that's what you're wanting to do in the end. You're wanting the reader to gain something, to be inspired, encouraged, or whatever you're wanting the reader to gain from reading your work. For that to happen, you want your work to be the cleanest possible. You want your book or your piece of writing to read smoothly so it doesn't trip people up, because sometimes punctuation can really trip people up and they're not sure what you mean. If a full stop is missed out or a comma put in the wrong place, it can completely turn the meaning of what you've written. And so I encourage you to go after feedback with a positive mindset that you are going to learn from it, that it's going to make your writing better, and your writing will sing in the end after you've had really good feedback and then you've changed it slightly, and it'll just be easier for the person to read. One word of caution is that sometimes you will get feedback and they want to change your writer voice, your author voice, to more like theirs. And that takes a lot of experience to realize when somebody is doing that. And so just go into feedback with an open mind. So I really encourage you to find a writers group. There's lots of local writers groups in most areas. You can find some in your library. You can have a look online for the writers' centres of each state or each territory that you live in. There's also, we have Amiga Writers here in Australia with quite a few different chapters of groups of people who meet together either online or in person. So find your tribe, find your group of people, and find somebody that you can either do a swap with, because you'll also learn through reading somebody else's writing at a raw point, not the finished product. And I learnt so much through reading other people's writing and helping them sharpen up their work that it helps me sharpen mine as well. So I highly encourage you, go after feedback with open eyes, an open heart. Allow somebody to speak into your writing to help it get even sharper so it lands really well. Thank you for hanging around and listening to the end. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a review. Share this with a friend who has said they're going to write a book one day and haven't yet started. And please drop over and pop into my website, michelledennisevans.com. It is a work in progress. And subscribe to my newsletter so you don't miss out on what's coming up with my writing.